Muted.
Muted.
I even hit to unmute myself, and apparently
Oh,
I just
no.
muted myself.
Apparently.
We'll get it right one week. Hello. Welcome back to I was about to say Blood in the Water. That's not this game.
Oh no.
Welcome back to River City Runs Red, our Vampire the Masquerade chronicle here on Restless Barbarian Gaming. I'm Aloysius, your storyteller for this chronicle, and I'm here with my lovely players if they would like to introduce themselves. So we'll go this way, starting with Jen.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jen. I'm playing Delilah Cole, who is a Nosferatu. She's really into technology and other stuff, constantly seeking out information just to have it. And I think she was going to seek out the Nosferatu.
That was indeed her plan.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Last I checked, anyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That'd be me next.
Yes.
I'll take it. Hey, my name's Walthra. I am playing Ephrem, a Malkavian DJ.
So next, I'm Nat. I'm Whisper. I'm playing Whisper. I'm playing Whisper, a Toriado art thief.
All right. Well, last we left our coterie, they had just formulated a plan for gathering information to take down a seemingly small-time, thin blood alchemy drug dealing ring, and they split up to cover various avenues to gather information on what may or may not be helpful in this particular situation. And since we're missing Yvaine this week, we have everyone going to different places, so that's exciting.
Of course.
All right. Well, first off, I suppose we will start out with Delilah.
Mm-hmm.
Delilah, you were planning on seeking out and getting in contact with the Nosferatu, yes?
Yes. It's hard to find us, I know,
but you are one, so hopefully
I am one. I
easy
could probably
enough.
figure out the signs, like, okay,
Yeah.
someone's in there.
Yep. Find one of the many safe houses around the city.
Right. Mm-hmm. Just knock on the door. Still wearing the mask that she was wearing last time because she just left there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The nearest safe house you manage to get to is a rather plain-looking, just like one-story suburban home,
Right.
and they're very plain-looking.
Mm-hmm.
You give it a good old knock on the door, and you hear a yes.
Hi, I'm Delilah, and I was hoping to seek out others like me.
And what would others like you entail?
Open the door. You'll see.
You don't hear the door doesn't open, but you do hear some sort of shuffling.
Okay.
From behind the other side of the door, and then the door sort of slowly creaks open, and you see sort of like bloodshot eye peering back at you with the like chain lock sort of.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Holding the door in place.
Okay. So.
What do you want?
Information, I think. There's a.
That narrows it down.
Yeah, I know. There's someone who is, as my understanding, is dealing in some sort of blood magic, something, thin bloods, not sure. And since I know Nosferatus collect information, I figured I'd go around and see if anyone has met this woman or sold things to her.
You see the door close, and then you hear the like chain lock unlock,
Okay.
and the door sort of just like opens up, but the figure is not standing there anymore, and you just hear, "Come in and close the door behind you."
Okay. All right. So what do you know
And
about this woman?
you see before you a feminine question mark figure.
Okay.
Covered in bandages with just like slits for their mouth and their eyes, and they appear to be sort of like wearing a trench coat and wearing gloves on their hands to cover up as much skin as possible.
Okay. Understand.
And
Yeah.
what do I know about this woman? Well, I guess I'll have to do some digging.
Oh.
But information doesn't come free.
What would you like?
What can you give me?
Oh, I'm not sure.
You can give me some piece of valuable information. You can offer me a boon that I'll pay in at another time. We can negotiate.
Okay. What can I give you? I'm sorry, I'm a very new vampire. I'm just trying. Let's see. I could investigate something you don't want to, but want to have answers to.
That does sound useful. All right. We'll say this. I'll do some digging for you.
Okay.
And I'll come to you at a later date with a job.
Okay, sure.
And you can't say no.
I'm not going to say no.
Well, you say that now, but okay. All right, let me do some digging. I don't know if you're a... I don't even know what you look like under there. You might be a hot mess. Oh, actually, you're not nearly as bad as I was expecting. I don't know if you're a blood bag sort, but there's some in the fridge over there.
That would be nice. Yeah, that would be nice.
Don't like touch too much stuff, but preoccupy yourself while I'm digging.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'm gonna go get one of the blood bags and down just a little, tie it back up, put it back in. Yeah.
It tastes awful. It tastes fake.
Yeah.
Is how it tastes to you.
Is this fruit punch? What is this?
It tastes like it's been sapped of like all its nutrients.
That's not helpful. I usually train rats, honestly.
Yeah, and those are less than desirable, but to you, this tastes worse.
Yes.
You would take the rats over this.
Absolutely.
And
Uh-oh.
Wait quite long this time.
I would say, yeah, all of you just froze that time. None of you started spiraling on me, so I was like, am I frozen? Am I good? All right.
Yeah.
You spend about anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes sort of just like chilling in this house while this other Nosferatu, you just hear just like mad like clacking of keyboards.
Getting information
from an adjoining room, and you hear the occasional like file cabinet like opening and closing.
Okay.
And you hear like printers like going off. It's just you just hear like constant noise coming from the other room.
Interesting.
And after that time of you sort of just twiddling your thumbs, unless you just feel like rummaging through this house.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to wait.
The person reemerges, and they're holding a sort of like large manila envelope,
Okay.
and they pass it over to you.
Oh, thank you.
And it just says, "You didn't get this from me."
Of course not. I don't even know your name.
All right, good.
All right. Thank you for your help. And as I mentioned before, whatever it was that you wanted done, find me, and I'll do whatever the heck that is. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Pleasure
Thank you so
doing
much.
business.
Yes. Thank you.
And I promise not to make it too much of a pain in the ass because you're one of us.
Right. Of course.
If
Okay.
you weren't, your life would be hell, I promise.
I'm sure of that. Yes. All right. Thank you very much. I'm going to.
All right, have a
move
good
on.
night. Don't die.
Thank you. Don't die either.
A lot of you don't make it through the first year, so
It is
luck.
rough to transform, yes, but I'm going to survive, I think. All right. Thank you. Bye.
All right, yep, bye. And
Go out,
then
close the door.
they're sort of like ushering you out.
Yes.
And they don't like slam the door, but they do like, okay, close it and lock it with a bit more efficiency than would be deemed polite necessarily.
That's fine. That's fine. So I'm gonna like put this in. I'm wearing like a hoodie, so I'm gonna like roll the file or whatever and stick it in the hoodie part and just walk off.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, sounds good. Next, we will go to Whisper. Whisper, I believe, last I checked, you were looking for a Toreador by the name of Saris.
Yes, it's a bit of a contrast. I'm headed to a salon, which I think would be probably slightly more upscale than the Nosferatu hangout.
Yeah, just a bit. You end up finding this really bougie-looking salon in downtown. Definitely, not the kind of place you would frequent by choice necessarily, but you have business here, and this is a good lead to go off of at any rate.
Yeah, so I'm looking Calypso, I believe.
Saris.
Cyrus Calypso. Calypso.
Same name. It's all good.
Cyrus. Does that with C?
Yes, it does start with C.
Yeah.
You
Can
sort
I
of
speak, bro?
you take a step inside and make me a wits awareness check real quick.
Yeah. Everybody kind of looks at me because I fit in about as well as your average Nosferatu would. So. Blood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 5 successes.
All right. Well, that is very good. You do manage to sort of like peek your way. This is a fairly large salon where there's you walk in and there's like a help desk right in front of you, and then there's a large open room with several chairs lining the walls and several more like stations set up dispersed throughout the middle of the room. And then towards the back corner, you catch a glimpse of what appears to be Saris. She's a decently tall blonde woman who appears to be getting streaks of some kind put into her hair, and she's kind of as far as like her attire goes, she's kind of got like a Mary Jane Watson vibe going right now. And as you clock her, the woman at the help desk says, "Oh, Hello, sir. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for my friend Cyrus. I see her over there. I'm Whisper away. I don't come to these events often, but here now.
Oh, you're just meeting your friend.
Well, I don't think she's expecting me at this point. She'll find her here. Is this a ghoul or one of the kindred, or just a random employee?
Offhand, you have no idea.
Okay. Then I'm not going to go into too much detail. Sounds the names and so. I'm kind of standing there in basically t-shirt and jeans, like I said, standing on like a store dump. I'm not dressed for the occasion at all.
Yeah. Let's see. Make me a composure etiquette roll.
Composure? What's etiquette? Oh, I actually do have one. 3 successes.
Okay. The woman sort of looks at you a bit skeptically, and then sort of like looks back in Saris's direction and then looks back at you, but ultimately you sort of like read on her face like, maybe I'm being a bit too judgmental right now. And she's like, okay, well, if you see your friend, you can go say hi, I suppose, but try not to disturb the other patrons, please.
Of course not. I'm gonna walk past. If I see anybody I recognize, kind of nod. I mean, I've probably done a work for quite a few Torador because of my speciality, so.
There is certainly a good chance, but you look around and there's not really any other faces that are catching your attention at the very least, like with a look of recognition. So
I just ignore them.
yeah, you have a feeling that most, if not all, of the other people in here are probably just mortals getting their hair done.
Okay. And then said, well, kind of politely, is Cyrus busy? Can she talk, or is she?
It looks like she's currently getting blue and orange streaks put into her hair. And yeah, she's facing away from you at the moment, but there's like, one of those big mirrors right in front of her, and so she clocks you in the reflection and says,
Kind of walk up behind her, kind of wait politely until she's.
and she sort of like gives you a semi-knowing look and a like coy smirk, and she just looks up to her stylist and says, John, can you give us a few minutes, please? And he sort of like looks at her a bit confused, but says, sure, okay, I needed to get more color anyway, so I'll be back in a few. She's like, thank you. And
Hi, Cyrus. Good. I kind of sit down next to her if there's a chair.
If he walks away, yeah, you sort of just sit down in the stylist's chair, and she rotates her chair to face you. Thank you. I'm certainly not at my A game at the moment. You've caught me in a bit of a vulnerable position, but
well, if this is what you look like at the moment, I would hate to see your A game.
Flatterer.
Thank you.
What do you want?
Well, kind of. Is this kind of look around? Is there anybody that could be earshot? Because I've heard that you had contact with. What's that person's name? The out of character.
Which one?
The kind of main one who's actually running the operation.
Alyssa.
Heard that you know Alyssa. She lives in kind of the Thin Blood area of town.
Oh, that Alyssa.
Yes.
I wouldn't say I know her, but I've run into her a handful of times at parties and such.
Okay, what kind of parties? Because I didn't think you two would be at the same crowd.
The underground kind.
Ah, okay. I never get invited to those for some strange reason.
Yes.
Yeah. So how is she? I mean, I've been told that. I've been told that she should actually talk to her to get her to be a bit more presentable. Say that.
She's a bit of a bitch, but she knows it, so I have to respect that.
That's good. Do you think she'll be amenable to joining this thing of ours?
I think it'd be a hard sell for her. She seems to be doing quite well for herself these days, from what I'm told.
What is she up to these days?
Apparently dealing harder stuff than a lot of the other thin blood druggies, I guess.
Have you tried any of her stuff?
I don't know if most of it would even work for me, so I haven't bothered trying.
Fair enough.
I don't know the ins and outs of that sort of thing. I don't know if it's a more exclusive club or if anybody can get in on the action.
I heard she's been running around with somebody new lately who's up to her game. Do you know who that might be?
The past 2 times I have seen her with a guy at some of the parties, but I don't know anything about him, or if they're a thing, or what their deal is. Whenever he shows up, they always walk off together.
What does this guy look like?
Tan skin.
And that's interesting.
Tan skin, sort of, disheveled goatee, but like in a deliberate way, if that makes sense. Short hair, dresses like a stereotypical bad boy. I don't know if that's how he always dresses, but that's how he usually dresses at those parties. And he usually wears gloves.
Okay, do you think he's one of us, or more everyday?
If she's being so secretive about it, then I'm sure he probably is of some flavor.
It's very interesting. Thanks, that does help a lot. Do you know when the next underground party is? And if I can snag an invite?
It's one of those last minute things, but if I hear anything, I guess I can keep you in the loop.
Please do. That's right, I'll behave. Unless I have to misbehave.
I'd hope so. You would make me look bad otherwise.
Don't worry, I will not do that. Well, thank you very much, and good luck on your appearance, and have a good evening.
Thank you. I'm gonna look fabulous.
You already do. Should I get your stylist?
I'll be back in a few minutes, but I appreciate the offer.
Thank you.
What, did you want a little snack on the way out?
I'm fine for now, but thank you.
Have a good night, Whisper.
You too. Thanks. Next time you need something, just give me a call.
Will do. Right. And you make your way out?
Yeah, I think now we can switch over to Ephrem.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Last but not least, Ephrem. You and Yvaine, until she got a text and left abruptly, and Rick were all making your way to the Tremere Chantry to meet with a Tremere by the name of Pierce that Rick recommended that you speak with. He seemed like they would be the most amenable to talking with you.
Yeah, he's kind of, it's funny Yvaine couldn't make it. I guess I'll just fill her in on the details later.
I guess you will.
All right then. Let's. You know the host.
Yeah. What a total pleasure. And he sort of walks on up, and it appears on the at least like at first glance that this chantry looks like some old historical home that seems like a rather public place, but Tremere are interesting in that regard. Yes, you would like
I'd
to.
like to use Sense the Unseen.
Okay.
And let's see. And I got 5 successes. Messy critical.
5 successes, messy critical.
Yes.
All right. Would you like to keep that messy critical, or would you like to try to avoid the potential outcome?
I can spend a willpower.
Yes, you can spend a willpower to re-roll if you desire.
Yeah, I will. I'll spend the willpower. So, try it again here. Just 3 successes this time.
All right, 3 successes. That's still that's still very good. So are you looking for any wards or anything like that?
Well, he's not. He's looking for anything that looks, obviously, to his untrained eye, looks dangerous. I mean, he's not expecting, like invisible barbed wire or anything like that. What he's looking for is just anything that might be outside that looks like a guardian, or like anything that looks like something that would need to be avoided. Something that looks outright dangerous. Again, he really does no occult training, but just to your average kindred, what would look dangerous if he sees anything.
Okay. You clock a few strange occult-looking symbols. They're rather small on a few of the sort of like cement posts and walls as you sort of like start walking closer to the building. You don't necessarily know what they are or what they do, but you clock them as potentially spooky Tremere shit.
Okay. Hey, Rick, you want to text him? Let him know we're here?
Oh, it's best if we just do it this way. And
he'll gesture like, after you.
And Rick almost sort of like instinctually takes a deep breath and sighs, and he grabs the knocker on the door and maybe like 30 seconds goes by, and eventually you hear you hear it, but you also see the door open, and there is a young woman, sort of like light brown hair, her hair tied off in sort of like a side ponytail, and she's wearing what appears to be like a bluish pantsuit, and she just says, "Hound, what can we do for you this evening? We're here to meet with Pierce," and she says, Is he expecting you? Yes, he is expecting me. All right. And you see her sort of like do a gesture in the air. And seemingly nothing happens. And she just says, well, come on in.
He'll take off his sunglasses and take a step inside.
All right, you step inside, and offhand, everything looks like a, you know, it's sort of like what you would expect from one of those historical homes that always have like tours going on. Everything is like very,
The Addams Family house.
yes, yeah, very Addams Family house, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
all
kinda-
very sort of like neat and orderly, but in a like slightly off-putting way.
He's just kind of looking around, just, never been in here, may never get in here again, so he's trying to remember as much as he can.
You can follow that corridor and head down the stairs. I believe if it pierces in his study, it's the second door on the left. I would advise don't deviate from that course. And Rick says, duly noted. Thank you for your hospitality.
Ephrem follows,
Yep.
not touching anything. Just looking around a lot, but not touching anything. So
Yeah, you sort of like you're looking around, and nothing. Aside from the like small symbols that you saw outside the building, nothing's really screaming, "Ooh, a bunch of blood mages live here," kind of deal. So
you have to go on the paid tour for all that. So.
Yeah, and so in a sense, to a guy like Ephrem, at first appearance, honestly, a little underwhelming.
Yeah.
To what you might have been expecting.
Oh yeah. He's probably like, really, this is the vaunted Tremere, but still knows enough. He's still intelligent enough not to fuck with it. So, he'll keep his opinion to himself. So.
And Rick descends the staircase and sort of is keeping you notice that he's sort of just keeping his head focused forward the entire time, just doing his best not to look around or avert his eyes or anything like that. Just focus on where he's going. And you get down, and compared to upstairs, downstairs seems almost, well, not almost, it seems much newer in comparison. And there's not really decor, it's more just like smooth like concrete walls that sort of just extend and then like split off into various corridors. Just not what you would be expecting from a place like this.
So the upstairs is a front. So
it certainly seems that way.
So okay, all right. He can appreciate that. So okay.
And you get to the second door on the left, and there is a plaque on there that says Israel Pierce on it.
Okay.
And Rick sort of like knocks on the door with the back of his hand and says, Pierce, it's Rick. Pierce. And there's another pause. He just says, "Come in." And Rick, more relaxed than he was upstairs, opens up the door and walks in, and you see that there is as you walk in, it's an almost like circular room with sort of like round bookcases on either end, and in the center there appears to be like a sort of study area with several tables, sort of like in an arc with various tools and books and instruments laid out. And you see a well-groomed figure with a very well-groomed beard, sort of like semi-slicked back hair and a tight fade, and he is in a sort of dress vest and pants. He's got a black button-up shirt that's pulled up to his sleeves, and he appears to have one green eye and one brown eye. And you walk in and you see him sort of cutting into what appears to be a dead bird and plucking out bits of its rib cage and setting them aside. And as you walk in, he looks up at you and says, "What can I do for you?"
Hey, sorry to disturb you this evening. My name is Ephrem. I'm not sure if you've heard of me.
I cannot say that I have.
And I've been working with Rick, who I'm sure you know.
I'm quite familiar, yes.
There's been some questions about the type of work that the Thin Bloods, and he kind of says it with a sneer, have been up to. You know, they have their own magic, I guess you'd call it.
Pierce almost instinctually sort of like snickers when you say magic.
And Ephraim kind of chuckles a little bit too. Yeah, I know. It seems like they might be getting a little too, what's the expression my grandfather used to say? Big for their britches. They seem to be dabbling in stuff that maybe they shouldn't be. And I just seem that's a little disturbing just for the Masquerade overall. I mean, because a bunch of kids going around pretending they're whatever, and God knows who they're exposing things to. It just seems to be becoming a problem.
So, what exactly do you want to do about these Mercurians?
Well, the one thing we're looking for is how are they getting their what's the term, components, I guess, for casting these spells. I mean, sorry, I never played D&D and all that. When I was a kid, so I mean, I don't know all about these magic spells and stuff, but And he looks back at Rick. Who was the one that had the one who seems to really be slinging this stuff in the clubs?
Alyssa.
Alyssa. They'll look back at Pierce to see if that name rings a bell.
I cannot say that it does.
So, where would these these wannabes, where would they be kind of getting the stuff to to do their magic? I mean, is there somebody who would trade with these losers?
I know of a man who might be who you're looking for, or at the very least could potentially lead you in the right direction.
That would be very helpful. Because again, I mean, from my limited view, the Tremere are the masters of all this stuff, and these amateurs, who knows, somebody might think they're associated with you, and we wouldn't want that, right?
And you see him sort of go over, sort of like reach over on the table and pick up what appears to be like a small vial of blood, and he sort of just starts.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
All right, we're good.
Yeah.
He
picked up a vial
the
and-
vial of blood.
It's okay. I hadn't. Yeah, the vial of blood. Yep, he picked up the vial of blood, and they're just like, he's like looking it over in his hands as he continues to talk. A drop of blood is so much more, hiding secrets and history. We manipulate the blood. It obeys our commands. And he sort of like looks over at you and says, I can tell you what you want, but you will get me a sample of this man's blood.
Is he one of us?
He is... Yes and no. He's a Mercurian, like the ones you're looking for, but he's unique. I want to know if it's just because of a certain practice, or if there's something in his blood that makes him special. And he sort of like puts the vial back down.
He looks over at Rick, like kind of giving him a what do you think? Look, you're
And he sort of says, you wanted to talk with the Tremere. This is what happens.
Okay. Like, I think I can get you some of this guy's blood.
Oh, can you?
Yeah. I can make that happen.
I suppose we shall see.
So am I, before I'm getting this blood from him, am I asking him then kind of who his supplier is, or is he the factory, kind of putting out the supplies, if you know what I mean?
I think he's the one supplying information to let these others up their ante, I suppose.
Okay.
That is my hypothesis, anyway.
So once I have this blood, is this a deal between us, or is this a deal with us and Clan Tremere?
You
How high up does this go?
and I.
Okay. All right. I prefer to keep it that way.
That's good. I like keeping things personal also.
All right. He'll put out his hand for the vial.
And he picks up a empty vial.
Is
hands it
Sense
to-
the Unseen still up? Or do I need to roll that again?
Nope, it is still up.
Okay. The player doesn't trust the Tremere at all.
I'll say it is still up, and you see, you see invisible wards all over this room.
Okay, yeah. How about on the vial?
Yeah,
Anything
he
on the
gives it.
vial?
Yep, he gives you the vial and says, "I do hope you can keep a promise, because I would hate to have to put your blood in there."
That's not going to happen.
Good. Less
All right.
painful for you that way.
Takes it, puts it in his pocket, or his coat pocket.
This man goes by the name of Marcus.
Marcus. Where can he be found?
He tends to keep a low profile, but he tends to meet at various underground gatherings that, if you know the right people, are not hard to get into.
Oh, I know the right people.
Then
What's he look like?
It should be no problem for you. It is... I believe he is a Hispanic man. Dark hair, goatee, dark eyes, dresses like a hoodlum. And
Identified about 70% of my clientele at the club. So,
well, this should be a better indicator. He usually wears gloves, but if you manage to catch him without the gloves on, his hands appear to be scorched black.
okay. All right. We'll get it done.
See to it that you do.
Thank you again for your time.
Yes, it was interesting. Good luck to you, Ephrem.
He appears slick. All right, let's roll.
Yeah. And Rick just says, "Thanks, Pierce. See you around." And Pierce says nothing, and then goes back to plucking the rib cage out of this bird. And Rick just sort of like closes the door behind the two of you. All right, let's get out of here, please.
Yep.
And the two of you calmly but quickly walk your way back the way you came.
Yeah, he wants to get out of there.
And And you, as you walk back, you don't see anybody else around. You don't see the woman who met you at the doorway around. But the doorway is just clear to go, and Rick is making a beeline for it.
We'll talk once we get outside, or when we think we're at a safe distance. Let's put it that way.
Yep, and he opens up the door, and the two of you get out, and then sort of like speed walk away, and probably walk maybe a block or two down before you sort of like stop to chit chat.
So is Pierce like the boss there?
No, he's just no, he's not the regent or anything. He's just a magister who likes doing his own thing, you know, within reason.
Right.
He's not one of those, God, what the fuck are they called? Like those Ipsissimus guys. He's not one of them. He still plays by the rules, but he likes doing his own thing.
So I wanted to be clear with you that this handling of blood, that's nothing against the Masquerade, right?
In what sense?
I mean, we're not planning on killing this guy to get a little sample. I mean, all we gotta do is just bring a little. He said even a drop.
That is true. I mean, and look, last I said, yeah, this whole situation, the sheriff said to deal with it how you deal with it, and whatever consequences happen will happen. So
I mean, the Thin Bloods are kind of persona non grata, so what happens to them don't really matter, from what I can understand.
that is the popular consensus, yeah.
All right, we're good then. I don't plan on seeing this guy tonight or looking him up, but if they said he hangs out in underground places, I got some. I don't know. Does the character have contacts? Let's see.
Does he know people?
He has resources, but he does not necessarily have contacts. So he may be talking to the rest of his new coterie about that.
You're like, I know people. Actually, I don't. Does anybody else know people?
His attitude is probably more like, people know me.
People know me, and that's the important thing.
Exactly.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, but no further action with that tonight. But he wants to contact the rest of the coterie and been like, we need to talk.
Yeah. All right, and so both of you get messages from Ephrem, saying, "We need to talk."
Ominous in the least.
Oh my. Yeah, I'm like, I'm reading something. Give me a little while. That's what I'm typing in.
It's up to the storyteller. So
Yeah.
Well, let's say we arrange a meeting place and time.
That's fine, yeah.
And
Denny's for a late night meal. So
Well, just thinking Denny's, actually.
Well, why not? Yeah. All right, fine. I'll bring this with me. Maybe I should.
he was kidding about Denny's. He just,
Okay.
I was like, really? Okay. So,
I'll say, but then Rick just like the whole topic of Denny's ends up in the messages, and Rick's just like, Denny's 30 minutes downtown.
all right.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're going to Denny's.
Okay. All
All
right.
right, fine. I think I've read through like half of what I was given, and I'm like, I just want to read more, but I'm gonna leave it here, and wherever I'm living, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We get there early enough. We're getting a booth way at the back.
Mm-hmm.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
Easy enough. Late night at a Denny's. Most
Those get weird.
Yeah, things get weird.
I mean, we just look like club kids who just came in from a goth party or something.
Right, yeah,
so.
especially with the mask I'm wearing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the hoodie, the whole deal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but slowly you all trickle in and you all slide into one of the booths, sort of like in the back corner away from most of the other like crackheads that are hanging out at the Denny's at midnight or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what'd you guys find out?
Your dog called us. Thought you might be something urgent. I didn't manage to get much. Just that Alice has been hanging around with this guy who's ethnic kindred, and he's tan, short hair, dresses like a stereotypical bad boy. They often meet at underground clubs. Arrange to get an invitation for next.
Well, I've been given information from a fellow Nosferatu, which I haven't finished reading yet. I'll get back to that and then tell you more about it.
Picked up anything so far?
I haven't barely got into it.
Yeah, the bits that you've been able to go over haven't necessarily talked about specific people offhand, but you've sort of made note of like various alchemical formulae that are not the most subtle.
Uh-oh.
He was going to reveal the secrets of the alchemical formulae, so now he's
What time is it by now?
Oh.
There's one specific reference. I'm just picking up where I'm left.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
There's one specific reference where in the data it said that there was video that two teenagers filmed of someone allegedly flying over buildings that the Nosferatu had to sort of feed into, sort of it being like a film that's being worked on, and that it's it was sort of like pumping in the idea that it's not real.
Okay. So that's a fake video.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. We'll just make it that. Sure.
Yeah. And so yeah, most of what you've been able to go over has just been like various alchemical formulae gobbledygook.
Yeah, some of it I don't know what it is, but I could probably look it up somewhere. But yeah.
Yeah, you have a feeling it'll like all make sense once you get a look through the entire document. But at the moment, you're just like, what is all this?
Yeah, it's strange, and I still need to go through most of it, but very weird. When I get done reading, I'll have some more insight on it. I did not bring it here.
Probably a good thing. I don't think this is location.
Right.
Kids.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
From in kind of a low voice is, I'm looking for a dealer named Marcus.
I don't think I know that name. Do I? I don't think so.
Anybody have any of the players have contacts? I'm buying some contacts after this.
I did mention that we are getting an invite to an underground party, so that sounds like a place to be.
I could do that.
Do we have a description for him?
Yeah, he'll kind of give the description.
Relay the description.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Especially the part about wearing the gloves. So.
Oh, the gloves is something that my contact mentioned about as well. So I think it's the same person.
Huh. Well, some Nosferatu wear gloves as well, but
he's also going to shoot off a text to Jose over at the club, and like, you know any salesman named Marcus?
And then he just responds back. Do you mean salesman or salesman? And then sends a GIF of like two hands just doing this.
He's like, salesman. Yeah.
And it sort of like does the texting bubble disappear,
Oh, no.
bubble. Yeah, I think I know a guy by that name.
All right. Yeah, he's just gonna text back cool.
And he just responds back with just a peace sign.
Okay. So he wants to talk to Jose when he gets back to the club.
All right.
What time of night is it by now?
By this point, it's probably anywhere between like 2 and 3 a.m.
Okay, yeah, club's getting ready to close.
Close.
So yeah, so he's probably not gonna head. He'll check in with Jose the next day.
All right. I'll go back and finish reading. I'll let you know if there's anything interesting in there.
All right, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Whisper, you do anything?
I think I'll exhaustion my resource in this. Just read something unrelated to investigation.
Just to read something unrelated.
Yep.
Just be like, I'm over it right now. Okay.
Well, we're kind of waiting to hear back from people to just
Yeah.
kind of like that space investigation. Which
Yeah.
kind of hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
That is too real. All right. So, Ephrem, you get back to the club and you want to talk to Jose.
Yeah, he's probably packing up by now.
Yeah.
And
Sort of like packing up all your stuff.
yeah, his job. So
Yes, he's doing the thing that you pay him to do.
You do.
Pay him?
when I come in, have they closed at this point? Pretty much kicked everybody out, or like?
For the most part, yeah, they haven't like quite closed yet, but like the main event is over.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
so it's kind of like the only people left are just sort of just like mingling at tables and sort of finishing off their drinks and that sort of thing.
He's going to look around, see if he sees anybody who matches the description of Marcus.
All right, make me a wits awareness check.
I feel like about half a dozen people. Except for gloves.
2 successes.
2 successes. You sort of like take a look around and you do manage to clock someone that does bear a resemblance to the description you were given.
Move a little bit closer. Can I see his hands?
They appear to be wearing gloves. And he appears to sort of just be hanging out at the bar. It doesn't look like he's really with anybody at the moment. It sort of looks like he's kind of just playing with his drink.
I want to enact awe.
Okay.
And that is 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay.
I'm popular enough, but now
Yeah.
as he approaches this guy.
All right. And can you remind me what he rolls to contest it? Potentially.
Oh yeah.
Offhand?
Let me take a look here. That would be shit. We are.
Let's see.
That would be potence.
Okay. Okay, it's just per my discretion. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me roll for him real quick.
Looks like, well, what I see is composure plus intelligence.
Yeah, that is what I was going to go with.
Okay.
Okay. And so you activate awe. And so you're approaching him.
Mhm.
All right. You walk up to him, and do you sort of maintain a little bit of a distance at the bar, or do you just walk right up to him?
A little bit of a distance. Is there a bartender maybe still like cleaning up or something?
Yeah,
or-
there's a bartender who is a sort of like giving out the last like odd drink here and there, mostly just like cleaning up the bar.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna probably like go up to the bar, but be about 2 or 3 feet from this person. So, like
Okay.
he's like he's gonna call over to the bartender and say, "Good crowd tonight."
Yeah, it was a good turnout.
Cool. And then gonna glance over at the guy.
All right, you glance over at him, and he's still sort of just like. It looks like he, as you walked up, he sort of just like looked over, just instinctually looked over at you to be like, okay, someone's walking near me. But then after you got to the bar, he sort of just like turned his attention back to his drink and is sort of just like running his finger along like the rim of his glass.
You have a good time, man?
Yeah, it was all right.
Just all right. Come on, man. It's the Diablo Club. Best place in town.
I mean, it's pretty good.
Where do you
Not
go?
the best show they've had, though.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't there tonight, so I mean, what do you expect? You know.
Oh, yeah. You're the usual DJ, right?
Yeah, DJ Blackout.
Oh, right. I don't think I've ever actually, just seen you out and about.
Some nights I get busy. I turn it over to my boy. But honestly, what other place in town is better than the Diablo Club?
I mean, it certainly has the right aesthetic going on. I'll give it that. I think you just got to be in the mood for it. Yeah,
So what's your
not for the faint of heart, you know.
Of course not, man. Only the diehards go here. What's your name?
Marcus,
Marcus.
yours? I highly doubt your name's actually DJ Blackout.
You just call me Blackout.
I won't do that, but sure.
Whatever, man. I don't know if I've seen you around.
I've been around. I've only come a few times, but I've been around.
So you slinging?
That's very forward of you.
Nobody's still hanging around here, man. And you like you ain't hit your quota yet tonight.
Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. What you looking for?
Me, I don't need nothing, man. I'm just high on life.
Oh, just curious.
Now the player is hang on a second. Player is trying to make a decision here. He's like, there's some other cats who come in here slinging, so you gotta watch your back.
Yeah, I know.
Seemed like a motherfucker who can handle himself.
I like to think so.
All right, he's just gonna go for a fist bump.
And he sort of just like looks at you, like with like a raised eyebrow, and then sort of just like gives a what the fuck ever, and then he like gives you a very half-assed fist bump.
I was gonna say he's got gloves on though, so I'm not really.
He does have gloves on.
Yeah, and awe doesn't seem to have kind of affected him. So, since the unseen's still on, I was gonna say it's a different scene in a way.
I would say you have to reactivate it, but also it's free to activate. So
okay, that's fine.
Actually, no. I think it technically, since the unseen is passively on all the time, if I remember correctly.
I'm not sure.
Because heightened senses, I know you have to activate, but I'm pretty sure since the unseen is technically on all the time.
Okay, I mean, I don't mind re-rolling it if you feel like the scene ended and we're in a new scene or something.
I mean, you don't have to roll to activate it, but if you're like looking for anything specific, then I would say try.
Yeah, I think what I really need here is I need to be able to look at his aura and shit like that, but I can't do that. So I don't think Sense the Unseen's really gonna really do anything for me.
Okay.
So I hate to let him get away. He's like, all right, well, I'll see you around. You seem like you're a busy man.
Busy enough. Not too busy to have fun, though.
Oh, is that what you're, Oh, all right. He's kind of just looking around like, I don't know if you can handle me, though.
I can handle a lot.
Tell you what, come back tomorrow night. Make sure you have your strength. So.
All right. Better make it interesting, though.
Oh, it'll be interesting.
And he sort of just like downs the rest of his drink and
he did drink it.
He drank it.
Okay, that's the thing. The player doesn't remember enough about Thin Bloods, and the character wouldn't know. So,
yeah,
okay.
He drank it.
Okay, all right. And he's gonna let him go. But now he's clocked what he looks like. He's almost positive this is the guy he's looking for. So.
Just like, wears gloves and his name is Marcus. I'm pretty sure it's the guy.
Pretty sure.
I'm only 95% certain, though.
He might need backup for this. So he's plus he's not like a strength guy. So he knows someone who has some strength might be able to help better. So okay, yeah, he's yeah. Oh yeah, he's like with like a 1 strength, a 1 brawl. Yeah, no, not his department. So, okay, yeah, he's just gonna let him walk out.
Right. He sort of gives you like one of those like 2-finger salutes and then just pieces out.
Oh, he's not too cool for that. So. All right, and he's as he's leaving, if he's gonna wander back over, if he hasn't left quite yet, gonna wander back over to Jose and like tap on his shoulder and be like, let's keep an eye on that guy.
And
poor Jose's got all these cables and shit. And...
Yeah, exactly. He's like carrying like 4 cases, and you just like walk up behind him, and he just
one more thing for you to do.
Oh, shit. He like drops like 2 of them, and they like one of them like flings open and spills like wire everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's
But he listens to what you have to say.
Yep. All right. Yeah, and then that's. And then he'll through the pagers send a message like, I got a lead.
All right.
And
cool.
Meanwhile, Delilah, you are going through these files, and as you're looking through all of them, eventually the name Marcus does come up, and
interesting.
There are a few sort of like stills of like surveillance stills from like surveillance footage of just him like walking down the street, and sort of like zoomed in to try and like get a good look at him. And it seems that there's not a ton of information on him specifically. A lot of it's just like speculation, but it seems the Nosferatu have pinpointed him as pinpointed him as like a person of interest.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna send one of the pictures over. Does he look like this? It's just like a little picture.
Through a pager?
Probably grainy. It's gonna take forever to get through.
I don't think it's coming through a pager. So.
No.
No.
Worth a try. I'll delete it.
Yeah.
Like 6 hours later.
Yeah, exactly.
You just,
Yeah, you just like make his image out of dots, and you have to like sift through all of them, and it's and you're
awful.
like, Evan, you're just like, it's a masterpiece.
Yeah, well,
Print
she's
it
used
out
to
of
old
my dot
technology
matrix
though, so
printer.
she's just okay. That's not going to work. All right.
Yeah. It's more just like one of those thoughts that cross her mind, where it'd be like, damn, that'd be convenient, right?
That would be, yeah, that'd be great, but it's not going to work. All right, yeah, I'm gonna text back and say something like, the thing I'm reading has Marcus's name in it.
Just cool.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you up to, Delilah?
She's gonna finish reading this before she gets disturbed again and has to go to Denny's. So, yeah.
I go to Denny's a second time.
Right. Yeah. She's just reading through as much of it as she can.
Yeah, and you sort of clock a few alchemical formulae that sort of like like catch your attention. You remember CC mentioning elevate, which is seems to be a popular thin blood drug. It sort of like notes that it like temporarily enhances the individual's like natural dexterity when they take it. You also make note of one that appears to introduce blood into a mortal that doesn't cause the mortal any harm, but if a kindred were to feed from that mortal, it would cause the kindred harm.
Oh, that's dangerous. All right. I'm like underlining things now in this. Circle it. This. Okay, that's.
Yeah, and then there are a few others that like talk about that just like have to do with like heat and like ash and things of just like a fiery nature. There are like a few noted that sort of deal with that sort of like elemental area, and for whatever reason, it seems like this Marcus person is sort of like either interested in or has knowledge of formulae of like this caliber.
Okay, good to know. Why would a vampire want to be playing with fire? It seems reckless. Anyway, and I keep going through whatever else is in there. It's useful.
Yeah, and it mainly like focuses on like the formulae and Marcus, but in one of the pictures you see Marcus with what appears to be sort of like a middle-aged woman, sort of like long, braided hair, has sort of like a hippie look to her.
Okay.
She doesn't really look familiar to you, but in the
No.
background of that picture, you see Cece.
Oh. Okay. I wonder how they're connected, but it doesn't say, so. All right. I guess I'm done.
Yep, that sort of like
Mhm.
wraps up what the Nosferatu gave you in the manila folder.
Yeah, right. Well, this will be helpful. It is helpful. We know more now, but yeah. And at some point, I'll do whatever it was that Nosferatu wanted.
All right. And Whisper, you're sitting around reading a book that doesn't have anything to do with what's going on.
Until I get the notification from Ephrem, in case I send back. Do you need any help?
Ephraim's like, nah, I'm good. He doesn't want to put anything on. He's still very careful about what he sends through communications and stuff, so.
K back and then.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I couldn't hear it.
No, I just sent him a K back and then.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Got it.
he's an in-person kind of not a person vampire.
Yeah.
What time is it by now?
By now it's probably, it was like between 2 and 3 when you were at the Denny's. So like by now I'd say it's like past 4.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm assuming Delilah's living in a space near her sire, you know?
Yeah, I would say that
Mhm.
they don't occupy the same space, but he is like nearby.
Right, yeah. It's like, it's got to be a basement or something.
Yes. Yeah, because she's still very much like under his tutelage.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
there's something that I would do is, did we get an address for where Alice might be operating out of from CC?
Cece I believe she had given you an address, yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'll check it out on Google Earth and on Street View, kind of get an idea, basically, as if I was casing the place. That's kind of what I do.
Ah.
Sounds
I'm
good.
doing it remotely because it's a lot easier than doing it in person.
You pull it up on like Google Street View, and it's just like in the middle of a relatively quiet middle class neighborhood. It appears to be a sort of like 50s style house, but like and it seems like a lot of the other houses and buildings in the area are sort of like between it looks like they were built somewhere between like the 50s and the 70s, and they all look well kept, but they still very much have that sort of style to them.
Okay. Can I try to get things like ownership records, those kind of things? Would I have access to that?
You can try. Make me. Well, this.
Hall Records is open at 4 a.m. So
I'm pretty sure there's an online interface.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just kidding. So.
Intelligence plus tech, or
yeah, let's go with that and make it easy. I was contemplating making it weird, but let's just do that.
Intelligence plus drawing.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got 3 successes.
3 successes. You sort of manage to pull up the ownership records and the most recent, it looks like the house was most recently bought in 2017 by someone by the name of Kiara Dane.
Okay, that's an unusual name. Can I find any Facebook profiles? Kind of a quick search for Kiara Dane. Is there and kind of Kiara Dane plus the area that's in? Because I think the name is especially unusual. That I might be able to find this.
You sort of like search up Kiara Dane, and it appears that she doesn't have Facebook. The only social media you can find is what appears to be a X, formerly known as Twitter, profile that gets very like sporadic use.
Okay. Anything interesting on there? Or is it just
It looks like it's mostly just a lot of reposting of memes.
okay? What kind of memes?
Well, the most recent one, which is extremely outdated, and you sort of question why she's even reposting that at this point in time, is it seems she's trying to sort of like bring back the Ultra Instinct Shaggy meme from, God, when was that? Like 2020, 2019?
Look at for the other memes. Do they also look like weirdly out of date, or they?
You do see, she also reposted Nyan Cat.
Mm-hmm.
But recently.
Recently for what is on the
Internet,
profile, yes.
Part of it, I'm wondering if this is a code, but just be paranoid. Kind of thing. If I post a meme from 2020, that means what? Or could we just be overthinking the fact that these might be old and posting memes? So I'll put that down.
Okay.
Okay.
And,
So
while you're sort of like looking through all this information, could you do me a favor and make me a wits awareness test?
It's like all my pulls have been rolling today are exactly 6 dice. It's weird. 2 successes.
3 successes?
2.
Oh, 2 successes. I'd say that's still enough. As you're sort of like in the zone, sort of like just...
Uh-oh.
Very careful not liking any of them because.
Yep. And it's waiting.
Okay. You hear sort of an unusual creaking of a floorboard behind you.
I instantly spin around.
Okay. You instantly spin around and you see standing in the middle of your room, you see a light-skinned black woman with tight curly hair, exceedingly well-dressed, many rings adorning her fingers, and she's just looking around your room. Cozy place you got here.
Thank you. Can I help you?
Yeah, I think you have something that belongs to me.
I don't recall anything. I have a lot of stuff. Like,
How about a painting?
Which painting would that be?
One that was recently stolen from my personal vault.
Oh, is that one of yours? I apologize, didn't realize you. Are you using heightened senses? What is she?
Using heightened senses. Okay, what are you focusing in on?
Can I hear a heartbeat? Can I
Okay.
see through her and so on? Because my place is actually fairly secure. I do have like Haven 1. It's not completely. I do have like a security system, assuming. So, yeah. Do I roll anything? Or do I just...
Yeah, roll me wits awareness. Check your aspects.
Okay, wait a minute, plus all stats. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
You do not hear a heartbeat coming from her.
Oh, apologize, I didn't realize you were one of us. Do I know her at all? In reputation?
As far as like how she appears visually, she doesn't look familiar to you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, apologize, I didn't realize you were one of us. And that belonged to you. Of course, I'll actually kind of reach in. I actually have like a set of drawers with various paintings in them. And
You just hoard them.
I like looking at them. It's kind of more about the thrill of the chase. Because you were keeping it in a safety deposit box, which means that you probably won't even look at it. Actually, take it out and hand it to her.
Well, I was going to have it transferred, but it vanished before I had the chance to do that.
Well, I would suggest, speaking of your security, I could give you some suggestions if you like.
Maybe I'll make note of that in the future.
Anyway, by the way, I don't think we've introduced. Well, you probably know I'm Whisper, and you are. I just noticed him being quiet and realized he's frozen.
Dramatic pause.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Jody Milliner.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet you. If I may ask, how did you find me? Normally, I thought I'm normally quite good at not being found.
I'm quite good at finding people who don't want to be found. I know people. And we can leave it at that for the moment.
It's very good to know. Do you mind if I take down your contact details? Because there are some people might need having found soon.
You're funny.
Thank you. So, do you have a contact number, drop-off point, hidden email, pager?
What would you possibly need finding? Seemingly, you're someone who can find things and get whatever you want.
I'm good at finding things and getting things. People, on their hand, not so much. Different set of skills. People kind of move around a lot more than things.
Interesting. Okay. Color me intrigued. Return the painting first, though.
Of course. I'll hand it back to her.
And she sort of takes it back, and you see her just inspect it. Kept in very good condition.
Of course.
Good to know you're not some heathen who doesn't take care of the finer things in life.
Oh, no, of course not. Have it any other way.
And she doesn't give you. She sort of just like gestures to your desk as if to just like request that she can like use a pen and paper.
Of course, pen and paper.
She takes it and she She doesn't write. She doesn't write down like a number, like a phone number or anything like that. But she jots it down like a Dropbox.
Okay.
And hands the paper back to you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you. Once again, I apologize that, like I said, I didn't realize you were on us, and wish you the best of luck. Like I said, if you need some tips on better security, I'll be happy to help.
Well, you might want some tips also, seeing as I
Yes.
got in here after all.
You did. I'll have to relook at my security system.
You have a good night.
Thank you, you too.
I'm glad I didn't have to break your bones. And then she leaves.
Me too.
And I think that's where we'll stop tonight.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. Mhm.
All right. We definitely learned some things.
Yeah.
The player heard a last name that he knows, but whether or not the characters know that name.
I don't.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, Milliner. So I know where that's from, but
I have no idea. Yeah.
okay, I'll leave it at that. I don't want to ruin anything the
Yeah,
storyteller
yeah.
might have planned.
It's fine.
Too much.
I saw the
outside
look on
going.
your face, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, this is what I wanted.
Well, because you
Okay.
mentioned that they're around, so
Mhm.
that's why I was like, okay. Awesome. Well,
Alright.
thank you.
Yes,
was
thank
awesome.
you.
Yeah, we definitely need Yvaine.
We do. Mhm.
Because I have something in mind, but I'd like to get her opinion and use her expertise in enacting something.
Yes,
So,
well, hopefully she should be with us again next week.
Yeah.
well, yeah. Well, thanks again, everybody who's been watching. We've had a lot of new subscribers recently. I want to say
Oh,
thank you
good.
to the new
Yay.
folks who joined us. Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoy the games. Please be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. Let's go ahead and talk to Jen. I know she's got she's usually got something going on. So.
Yes.
Hype up
Hi.
that podcast.
Yes, it's Shattered Soulstone's been around since like 2011. Has had various hosts in and out. I'm the only one left.
Aw.
And yeah, I mean, but it's okay because then I can do whatever the hell I want, you know. So yeah, so you can find it every Saturday at shatteredsoulstone.com, and I usually stick it on social media if I remember.
Awesome. And our storyteller has some other things going on.
Oh yes, I suppose that is true. So next week I'll still be running this game, but also on Wednesdays, coming back is our game of Symbaroum, Light and Shadows. It's the second half of our series, and so it'll be cool to jump back in with the bunch of misfits and just see if they make it out of the forest of Davokar alive.
I think they will. So I'm one
Manifest
of those
it,
players.
King. Manifest it. I believe in you.
Exactly. I believe in it. So, not anything going on?
Not really. But
No. Okay.
I might start running a game soon because at least 2 people have told me I should run more games today. So.
Okay.
Well, just let us know where they are, and we will let folks know. For me, hey, well, tomorrow we are playing Fallout in the afternoon. So we're going to start that up. Q's game, I believe Aloysius is playing that as well.
I am.
So we're going to try Fallout.
I also just realized the other day that starting next week, I have 4 games 4 days in a row.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because next week we bring back Werewolf. on
Yeah.
Thursday. Controlled Burn is coming back Thursday. Yes. So poor
Gonna
Aloysius
rage.
is gonna run a game, play, run a game, play.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. That's exactly how it is.
Yep.
so
For the next 2 weeks, at the very least, that's how it goes.
Oh my goodness. I don't think I could do that.
we'll see how he holds up. So
Yep.
okay. Well, thanks again, everybody, for watching. We will see you here for this game again next week. So have a good night, everyone.
Bye.